So it declines by 31% to under $1 billion. That's insane. So Ubisoft has regained the has released the financial results of the 9 months ending in December 31st, 2024, reporting significant declines. Oh boy. In revenues and net bookings. The firm remains optimistic, however, with the upcoming release of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Pre-sales of the title are reportedly to be tracking solidly and on par with the franchise's second highest earner, Odyssey. Didn't they say that about Star Wars Outlaw? Like, I don't know, guys. I feel like we've been hearing this a lot, and I don't know what to say. Yeah, Odyssey would be so good. Yeah, what is this? The numbers. So revenue is down by 31%. Net bookings are down by 34%. Digital net bookings are down by 33%. Back catalog net bookings are only down by 27%. Oh my God. Despite a... Wait, so this is a total of 51.8% decline? Decline year on year in net bookings for Q3. Fuck. Ubisoft highlighted that this was in line with its revised expectation. Well, it was in line? I mean, like, this is like saying the plane is going to crash, and the plane crashes, and you're saying, well, this was in line with our expectations. Nothing to see here. Oh, yes, of course, this is what would happen. Yes, of course, the plane will crash. Yes, the train will derail. It's just how it is. Yeah, you're short-sighted. Am I? I think they are. I think that they spent 10 years, or probably better part of the better part of 10 years, taking all of the goodwill that they had with the market and then trying to extract as much value out of it as possible. And then they created a very, very high net worth for their company that then they were unable to capitalize on afterwards because of how predatory the content was. So, no, I don't think this is me being short-sighted. I think this is the outcome of them being short-sighted. And also, like, are we really going to expect... So, Assassin's Creed Shadows, let's see how much sales is it going to make. So, revenue is going to be 31,000. So, let's assume that Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be one-third of their total revenue. So it basically has to go to, if it's down by 31%, so we're looking like a $1.2 billion difference, right? So that's $400 million. Is Assassin's Creed Shadows going to sell 400 million copies? So you do the logic and you think about what the numbers for that are. So if it's selling for $70 and you need to make $400 million, and we'll assume that you're making $40, actually, let's assume $30 out of that $70 is pure profit, right? Just to make this easy. Actually, we're talking about revenue and not profit. Let's actually assume that let's assume 45. I think 45. Does 45 sound good? Like, let's say 45% revenue. So 45% revenue. Now we have to do the calculator. We need to have $400 million. And so you need to sell that divided by 40. How many copies do you need to sell? 10 million copies to break even. How many copies did the last Assassin's Creed sell? Great question. Okay, 10 million copies. So if it sells over... Okay, so it sold over 10 million copies worldwide. And I would also assume that when Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out, what was the year that it was released? Actually, why am I even asking this? I can only just click on it. It's good. 2018. So I'm also going to assume that Assassin's Creed Odyssey probably had less microtransactions than Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which would assume that, and I would also assume that Assassin's Creed Shadows will have an equivalent amount of microtransactions as Valhalla did. Okay, no, it didn't. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm wrong about that. And so, okay, so if they sold 10 million copies, Odyssey had more. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, and then people are telling me that I was short-sighted. Okay, yeah, I didn't play the game, so I'm not sure. I just assumed since, like, I feel like things have gotten worse over time, but apparently not. Ubisoft has been a trailblazer. And so, oh, wow. 36 monthly active users across console and PC. As for playtime sessions, these rose by 4% and 7%. Early previews haven't... Wait, what? The increase in revenues will hinge on the launch of Shadows. Early previews have been positive, praising its narrative and immersive experience, with both characters playing critical roles in the game's storyline. Well, if both characters play critical roles in the game's storyline, why did you come out and say that you didn't need to play both characters in order to experience the story? That's interesting. Anyway, as well as the quality and complementarity of the gameplay provided from the dual protagonist approach. I want to commend the incredible talent. Yeah, sure. Okay. What about the engine? Well, I don't know. And these are also game journalist reviews. So, will it sell 10 million copies? I think that it will probably sell between 4 and 6 million. If I had to guess. And that's a very optimistic projection. Now, I could be totally off on this. But I think it's going to be between 4 and 6, 12 months out. That's my guess. You can clip it, and we'll find out whether I'm right. And then also, here's the other problem. It's that the last previous games for Ubisoft have all sold very badly. Recent Ubisoft games. Game releases. Okay, so latest releases. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, good thing I shut down the studio. Oh, fuck, man. And so the crew's bad? Well, here's what I'm saying. So let's look at these games and let's see what the reception was from players. How about that? Let's go to Metacritic and let's look at Star Wars Outlaws. 5.3. Not so good. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. 7. Decent, but it seems like there's not really a lot of people playing it. Skull and Bones. You already know. 2. And The Crew, Motorfest. Relatively well received. Why even test the games? What I'm saying is that Ubisoft has had a pattern of releases that have not instilled faith in the company. And also, I want to look at this from the perspective of stock. You see, this is a bad line. It's a really bad line to have. This is so like if you're running a company and you have this line, you're gonna be stressed. You should be stressed out. You should be really stressed. Be like, oh fuck, oh god, it's not good, right? 3 days, this company will be gone. 5 year. Look at Capcom stock. Yeah, and yeah, sure. I'll see how Capcom's doing. Oh, wow. Wow, what's this? Whoa, whoa, what happened? Whoa, God, what do they do? Whoa, what is it? Oh, what are they doing? That's a good line. You look at this line, it's a good line. You see that line, it's a bad line. And you can tell because one's going down and the other one's going up. Green is good, red is bad. It's that simple. And so you see this, and I'm not trying to make a perspective. This is what gamers want. This is I'm the czar of video gaming. No, this is, and 5 years. Oh shit! Look at this. This is bad, bro. It $2.32. It hasn't been that bad since 2013 in May. That's over 10 years. 10 years of sucking dicks. Ubisoft is in the shitter. They've released bad games for like 3 or 4 years now. If you think that just because you release a new Assassin's Creed, all of the people that bought Odyssey and Valhalla are going to come back and say, oh! we need to stop relying. Like, I think a lot of these really big companies rely on this, like, hidden market of people that don't even watch YouTube. The only way they hear about video games is in commercials, in commercial breaks, in between football games. And, like, this is their audience. And if you're trying to sell FIFA, good idea. If you're trying to sell COD, that'll work. And Diablo 4, it seems like it kind of worked too. But with Assassin's Creed, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. And I'm going to let you guys know, I'm going to be going into Assassin's Creed Shadows. And I hope now that, you know, with Avowed, I made a lot of negative let's look at it. Let's look at it. Just we'll give it a real quick. Avowed is not looking good. Avowed team is full of psychos. The Avowed drama is weird. If I was Avowed's director, I'd be worried now. Game director has lost his fucking mind. Modern audience will love this one. I played the game, and I thought it was actually relatively good. Here's the thing. I hope that with my coverage of these games, that you guys can respect that I will give the most authentic and fair representation of a video game that I'm going to play. Even if it contradicts what I have been saying for months. I will give you a fair shake. And if Assassin's Creed Shadows is a good game, I'll be the first person to tell you. But I'm going to play it. And true for you did for Astrobot? Yeah, I did. I did for Astrobot. I did for other games as well. And so I will go into it with a fair viewpoint, and I try to be as authentic and accurate as possible because I think that's what people want. I think at the end of the day, nobody wants some fucking culture warrior that's going to sit there and deduct points for fucking pronouns and all this bullshit just to score little minor things like the Kingdom Come Deliverance thing. Like, most people just want to play a fucking game that's not annoying, right? So unless it's in your face like Dragon Age, nobody's really going to give a fuck about it, right? And at the same time, nobody also cares about the diversity quota in the game either. Space Marine 2. How many women were in Space Marine 2? Who cares? It doesn't matter. And it was a great game. So I don't give a fuck about it either way. I am a gameplay first kind of guy. That is always going to be my focus. Now, I'll talk about social issues surrounding games. I think that they matter a lot. But at the end of the day, they are not my deciding factor for buying or not buying a game. That's it.